Hello and welcome back to another episode of Lisa's Little Critters. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my version of the country clinic. Now my country clinic I was able to get out of the Goodwill bin, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but the day I just happened to go on a day where someone had emptied out their entire collection, and I was able to get 6 buildings, the clinic, the toy store, the boutique, and then 2 houses, and I forget what else. But anyway, the clinic did not come with too much, but I did find a lot of the accessories in the bin later once I'd gotten it. There were 2 women just pulling out all this furniture. I just, couldn't get in there to get the stuff. So I didn't get everything, but I got quite a bit. Okay, and we have Dr. Bunny, and he was in the bin that day. I rarely find critters at the outlet, but I did find him, and he was in pretty good shape. I gave him a little bath and fixed him up, but he had his coat. I washed his coat. You can wash critter clothes if you do it gently. And then he is taking care of my little yellow Labrador. It did not come with a cast, so I made the cast out of felt. And he's got the little crutch. I did find the little bed that goes with it, and because I knew what they look like, the bed did, I was able to pick it up. Now the cart I bought separately, and I made this little tray for underneath because everything kept falling out, and I didn't like that. And I just kind of put all my the syringe and thermometer and that kind of thing up here because I did buy that. I think it came with one of the nurses. Also, I bought the wheelchair separate because I had to have that, being a nurse. I made the sink. It did not come out too good, as you see this raw edge. Once I started filming, I thought, man, I need to fix that. But whenever I see sinks or anything to do with kitchens in the Goodwill bin, I pick them up because I can cut them down. And of course, this one was way cut down. You see, it was pink at one time. Now we'll talk about the reception desk because I mentioned in a previous video, I'm going to pull it out here so you can see it close up. I have please wear a mask, but the reception desk, of course, did come with this and the little information sign. But what I added was this glass block. It is just plastic that I found. It was a long piece of plastic block like this. I don't know what it was from, but I was able to use it. I thought, oh my goodness, it's perfect, because receptionists these days have a barrier between you and the receptionist. Then on the inside, I just put her a little pencil holder and a little cash register to check out. Of course, it costs money to go to the doctor, and then a little clipboard with chart information that they have to fill out. And then back here in the back is little Emily Nightingale, and I made her little hat, but I also got her a really good deal on eBay. And behind her you can see some of the medicines. I got little Band-Aid boxes, and of course the clock that's on the wall, and her little chair. As you see, I cut off the legs, but it was something that I found in the bin, thought would work good in here. Okay, I'm going to put my little table back in. The reception desk sits just like that. Over here in the waiting room part, I have Mrs. Labrador. She is waiting patiently. There's some toys in the waiting area and a magazine. Again, I did find the bench that day, so I got quite a bit for this set. I did have to make, we'll move him out so you can see this little table, I think did come, now that I'm thinking about it. Whoa, there they all went. Okay, anyway, the little table did come, and the little box that has the pills in it, and the scissors came with this cart when I bought it. But what I was going to show you, I made an IV bottle and an IV pole and a little stethoscope. It was something, that Barbie thing that I cut down. And so were these posts with the hooks. And I made the little curtain, and I thought that came out pretty good. So, all right, now we'll sit. Now, here's some of the funny things that you have to do with critters. As you see, he would not fit on the bench, so what I do is I stuck his little tail out the window, and then he will sit there just fine. Now I'm going to put this back in and put my doctor back, and we'll flip this around and I'll show you what I did in the front. Of course, the sign is reversible, and mine does have some wear. It does have a crease in the sticker. But here's what I wanted to show you. Mrs. Labrador, there's no way that the critter would sit on that tiny bench. Maybe a child would, but for her, I just used a rubber band, ran it around the window, and then around her arms, just like when they come in the packaging and you have to take it out from their arms. You can see it a little bit right there, that white line. And so that worked excellent. It really worked out. So that's my version of the country clinic. Now today I wanted to show you one more thing that I thought you might be interested in. I've talked about going to the Goodwill outlet, and I thought you might want to see some of the things that I get. This is a plastic horseshoe. My son forever, who is 40-something, has been talking about making a tunnel for the motorcyclists. I have the motorcycle, the Mulberry Raccoons on the motorcycle and sidecar, and he's wanted to make a tunnel, and I finally found something big enough that I think we can build on this and make him a tunnel. Okay? Now next, I have a whole little basket of things. Like I said, I maybe paid $1 for all of this. Now this was like a little crate, and I thought that would be good to have like on the waterfront or something maybe. Then I have this. I just like the little man, the little wooden man, and the little tree. I thought they would go good maybe as a toy or some kind of setup. This is a little hat that I can cut down, but it's very squishy, so it should go over a critter's head. And this was probably Barbie, but what I do with these, if I find them, there we go, is make holes right here where my finger is. This will go around the female, the little lady, and I make holes for her arms, and then if I have to, I can either fold down the neck or put a rubber band around, and then I'll cut it off and make a skirt, and then she has a little pretty dress. It's just so much easier than making it. I found a little brush, real soft, yesterday. I don't know if it's shaving. I have no idea what it came with, but it's very nice for cleaning and dusting the critters. Then these came off of a nursing set, but to me, they looked possibly like portholes on a ship, and I just got the canal boat, and I just got my seaside cruiser. I will be doing a boating scene later on for the summertime, and I thought, don't those look like those portholes that sit on top of a boat? I thought they did, so I got those. This is like a little kidney basin, and I thought it might be nice for putting beads in or something that go flying everywhere. 2 pieces of fence. I always pick up fence no matter what it is, little pieces of plastic, because I use it for all kinds of things with the critters. I found a little sailboat that I thought I could paint and maybe put on a shelf. There's the other porthole. I found a set of butterfly wings. Those are always good to do Halloween critters. I can fasten it to the back of a critter. And I found a tiny little flamingo who is so cute. and I just had to have him. This was some kind of box. It had a lid, but if I turn it over, I thought it might make a very nice bed. Of course, I'll have to cut it down, but the width and everything was very good to make a bed out of. So those are some of my finds. I found a hat that I love this fabric, and I can make a little skirt for, or even a jumpsuit, anything. And here's some of the non-critter items. This was a baby doll. She is just so precious, and I could not leave her in the bin. I said, I will bring her home and dress her. Look, I could even use this. And she was just too cute. And then I got a Santa Claus, which they're very old and hard to come by. And I collect vintage Christmas stuff. And he has 2 of his reindeer in front. So I have another one that has even more reindeer, so I had to pick him up. And I think that's all I got. I take this bag with me and just carry it in and look through and pick up what I call myself as a bottom feeder, because I look in the bottom of the bins, which is where I found all these little bitty things, and nobody else pays any attention to them. And, you know, like I said, I may be paid $1.50 for all of this, and I can use it. All right, I think that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see more videos, and I will see you soon. Bye.